In this video we are going to look at the Spanish words for my, your and his or her. I'll also explain to you how in Spanish you cannot use an apostrophe S to indicate that something belongs to somebody. You can't say John's book, for example, you have to say the book of John. That would also apply to something like a birthday. So my mother's birthday has to be expressed in Spanish as the birthday of my mother, el cumpleaños de mi madre. Possessive adjectives is the technical term for words like my, your, his or her. In this box here we can see an explanation of why these words are adjectives, which may not be immediately obvious. They're possessive, obviously, because they indicate that something belongs to somebody, that it is a possession. In Spanish, the singular possessive adjectives are mi, my, tú, your, and su, which is used for both his and her. Unlike most adjectives in Spanish, the words mi, tú and su don't change when they're being used with masculine or feminine nouns. They have the same form. So as we can see below, with a masculine word like piso, we still just get mi piso, and it's the same with a feminine word like casa. We still get mi casa. So even though they will be different with the words for a or the, un piso, a flat, el piso, the flat, and una casa, a house, la casa, the house. When we put the word for my before them, it's the same for masculine, mi piso, and feminine, mi casa. And we can see another example here with mi perro and mi tortuga. We've already seen the questions, when is your birthday? In Spanish, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños? And the reply to that question, my birthday is the 2nd of May, mi cumpleaños es el 2 de mayo. Now we can understand the actual function of the words. Tú, the possessive adjective your, and mi, the possessive adjective my, in that question and its answer. We also now know enough to talk about the date of somebody else's birthday by saying his or her birthday is the 2nd of May. And again notice that it's the same thing in Spanish, his or her. Su cumpleaños es el 2 de mayo. So far then there hasn't been a great difference between Spanish and English in their use of possessives, my, your, his, her, mi, tú, su. One major difference though between the two languages is that it's impossible to use an apostrophe S to indicate possession, as in English, John's book, or John's birthday, or my father's birthday. These ideas must be expressed in Spanish by saying the equivalent of the book of John. So we get the exact Spanish translation of that phrase, el libro de Juan. And the Spanish word de, meaning of, is used to indicate that the book, el libro, belongs to Juan, John. The same thing would happen if we wanted to say John's birthday, el cumpleaños de Juan. Literally, of course, the birthday of John. And similarly with a slightly more complicated phrase, my father's birthday, we get el cumpleaños de mi padre, literally the birthday of my father. So there we have two different ways of talking about possession in Spanish, either using the possessive adjectives mi, tu, su, my, your, or his stroke her, or using the word de to indicate possession, the word de that we've seen on this slide, meaning of.